Hi there, my name is Kendrick and welcome to Travel and Live Free. In this video, we're going to cover my adventures to my country number 12 in my journey to visit every single country in the world, which is Zambia. Now, my main purpose of going to Zambia is obviously to see Victoria Falls. So, me and Karen flew from Johannesburg all the way to Zambia, and the flight wasn't too bad at all. Immigration process was a little bit on the inefficient side, but it's okay, they were still friendly. They did mess up the sticker that they put on my passport stamp, but it still worked even though it was a little bit messed up. And you can also choose if you want to get a double entry or single entry visa when you enter the country. So I chose double entry because I was planning on also visiting Botswana and possibly to Zimbabwe as well. That's why I wanted to make sure it's a double entry visa. After immigration, you do have to get a taxi, and you might have to haggle with a taxi about how much you want to pay to take you to your accommodation. Now, we were staying in a hostel, and I think we got a fairly fair price, which I don't remember off the top of my head now. You can also hire that same taxi that drives you to your hostel, but I wouldn't recommend it. I actually would prefer that if you hired someone in your hostel instead, because they usually have a better rate and they're usually less scammy. Now, when we got back to our hostel, we checked in our hostel, which is called Jolly Boys Backpacker, and ironically enough, the hostel was run by a Canadian woman. So when I spoke to her, turns out she was in the same country that I live in. So that was pretty interesting. And the hostel itself was okay. It looks nice on the outside, but the biggest problem that I didn't realize that this hostel had was that at night you get a lot of mosquitoes that bites you. And normally I wouldn't be too worried about this, other than they're really annoying. But Zambia is known to have malaria. So if you stay in Zambia, it's a very good chance that you're gonna get malaria unless you take malaria pills. Now, lucky for me, I did go during dry season, so the chance of malaria is a lot lower, according to the locals. And obviously, you don't want to take your chances, so you should still try to take malaria pills if you go to Zambia. Now, going to Victoria Falls, we did hire a taxi from our hostel that took us to Victoria Falls, and that's the start of our adventure in this video. Okay, so we just made it to Victoria Falls. This is what it looks like. And we're gonna make more videos of it as we explore this place. Okay, so we're just walking the path towards Victoria Falls right now. I don't mind getting soaked by the water actually.
I have my dry socks.
Yeah, I'll just have to put my stuff in your thing. And your bag's waterproof, I think. As soon as we arrived at Victoria Falls, my biggest fear came to pass. There was no water in Victoria Falls. I have never felt so choked and disappointed and upset in my life. I was looking at this rock that looks beautiful, and it looks like a beautiful canyon, and I was just hoping that if we kept walking, that maybe we can see Victoria Falls. But turns out that the season that we went to was actually during the season when there's no water in Victoria Falls, because the dam apparently prevents the falls from going over during the dry season. So sufficient to say, I was massively disappointed in our trip to go see Victoria Falls. Now, after checking out Victoria Falls, the next thing that we did was to head back to our hostel and book a trip for the next day to Botswana, because we wanted to also visit Botswana and also tick it off as one of the countries I visited in Africa. We ended up staying in Zambia for a total of 2 nights and 3 days, and on the third day we tried to visit Victoria Falls again on the bridge this time, and also to get a chance to go over to the Zimbabwe side and check off Zimbabwe as one of the countries I visited. So when we first arrived here, I'm making a video. When I went to Victoria Falls the day 2 days ago, it was dry. So today I'm determined to see the falls with water before I leave one more time. And our friendly taxi driver here, he's showing us the way. Very nice. Thank you. And I'm going with my group here.
Shula and Rafi.
Yeah, Shula and Rafi, and we're gonna go see the waterfalls. We are determined not to leave Zambia without seeing it. Alright, so we'll see you at the waterfalls. Sadly, when we got to the waterfalls area, there was no waterfalls. It was just a bridge and a river, but no waterfalls. So after going over to the Zimbabwe side, I went back into Zambia with a lot of disappointment, and we went to Hotel Livingstone instead to visit the one last touristy place before leaving Zambia. Okay, so we just came back from the bridge to Victoria Falls, and again there was no water. So unfortunately for me, I didn't get to see Victoria Falls from up close. I mean, I did, but there was no water. I did see the gushing water from a distance. Right now we're just checking out the Hotel Livingstone. Apparently this place costs $850 for one night. And if you want to have dinner here, it's about 150 bucks per night. So that's crazy. But we're checking it out. Apparently tourists are allowed to go here and just check it out. And it's pretty nice. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments below. And also don't forget to sign up to the Travel and Live Free newsletter, where you can get a 10-step cheat sheet on how to travel around the world. You'll also get the latest update on how to save money on travel for Canadians, on how to travel around the world as Canadians, and also how to earn income online as a Canadian. You can sign up to that newsletter on the description below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.